guys, welcome back to my channel. Nakho, and if you're new to this channel, you're very much welcome. We're happy to have you here. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button and be part of the family. But also, if you are my returning Sabi, my day one, my loyal Sabi, I mean, you know what time it is, right? So say it with me. Baby, thank you and welcome back, my love. Welcome back, baby. So you guys showed love to my previous video, like the story time I did, and you're like, hey, episode 2. So I am back with another video, and I'm back with the episode 2 because it makes sense, right? It only makes sense. So also I want to thank you guys for everything, because right now we are on 2,000 subscribers. What? It means so much to me. It really means so much to me, guys. Like, it's encouraging. Like, yeah, I am feeling so motivated to even create more content for you guys, you know, just to share part of me with you. Because that's all I did. I literally just became myself and I started this channel, and I'm so happy. But enough with the sob ass stories, right? Let's get into the story, right? So we are continuing with the story time that I did with the red flags, and I still married. So yeah, and also we are not forgetting her. At this point, Benini should be sponsoring me. Like, why are they not? Guys, email day. There's an email. They should start emailing me. Wait. So as you guys know, this man paid lobola by now. I am officially his wife by customary marriage. You should know, customary marriage, guys, is still marriage, okay? If that man goes to your family, there's evidence that he did. There's signatures. There's everything. There's witnesses. You got married. There's a ceremony. Cha. You're married. Okay? And customary marriage, another thing I feel like people don't understand, is community of property. Yeah. Also, I'm not an expert on marriage contracts, but at least I knew my contract. I knew my marriage. Okay? So my husband bought us a house, right? He bought us a house by the beachfront, and we moved there. Right, so the aim was to rent out the apartment that we were staying in, because it was his apartment. He owned it. He was not renting. Cool. So obviously the first year I am a happy bride, darling. I am loving this man. I am learning a lot about this man. This man is a humble man, guys. My man is humble, respectful. You know, he goes out of his way for me. He makes sure I am well taken care of. I am, you know, I am spoiled. He cooks for me. He teaches me how to cook as well, because yeah, she didn't know how to, you know. Not that I didn't know, I was just not into pots. It was just not my brand, okay? Yeah. Also, I know people were asking, how old were you? You were in high school. That time I was 18. The time I got married, guys, I was already 18 years old, because I was doing my matric, okay? So, anymore with the attacks. I was 18, and I'm not saying I was not young. Yes, I was young. And he is, in actual fact, he is 18 years older than me. Oh my god! Wow! So I am staying with my husband. We have no kids, and yeah, that's basically our life. He is working. I mean, he focused on his business. He decided to resign from the company and focus on his businesses. So, you know, because he already had businesses. He was working and owning businesses, and the business were doing very well. Can you believe Uti? By the way, let me rephrase that, saying he resigned. This man did not resign, guys. That man got fired. He got fired. He got fired, guys. He got fired. Apparently, he was using the company car for his own things. But can you believe that he came home and he never said anything to me that he got fired? I had no idea that he got fired. This man, he wakes up every day and goes to work, right? It's only this one particular day when I tried to call the phone was going through to someone else. Apparently, it was a company number also. So, so it was no longer his number. And the person was telling, no, this man is no longer working for the company. The number was for the company. And that's actually when I knew, Kuti, this man got fired. Right. So so his business was doing well, for the mere fact that even our lifestyle did not change. It was even better. Actually, it shows that his business was doing amazing, was doing well. Okay, so when he came back from work, I questioned him like, sir, where are you working? Why didn't you tell me you got fired? It's only then he was like, oh no, I didn't want to stress you. I didn't want you to panic and And I'm like, so you've been waking up every day, same time, where are you going? He's like, no, I'm going to my businesses. I need to show up for my businesses. By the way, he's a man of routine. When I say he's a man of routine, he's very predictable. He's a man of routine. When we met, he wakes up at 4:30 every day, goes to gym, comes back around 7, gets ready for work. That has been his routine. Ever since I met him having that routine. He's a routine man. You understand? He's a routine man. He doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. He doesn't even have friends. Like, at all. Like I said, he doesn't drink. Like, the only thing he does is women. Like, he's a full-time blown womanizer, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So yeah. So one particular day, right, he tells me he's using the old apartment as an office, right? Not really an office, just to do some paperwork and also he got 2 tenants for the other 2 rooms in there. I'm like, oh, great. So this particular day, for some stupid reason, I'm calling this man. This man is not picking up. So I'm like, at this time, like I said, he's a routine guy, right? At this time, he should be in his apartment finishing the paperwork. And let me just go check him. And I went there, you guys. Guys, ngafika. Same apartment, by the way. You remember the same apartment, right? Ngafika. When I got there, and I'm by the door, I can see someone through the glass door stepping away. When I'm looking through the glass door, it's this girl. It's this girl. And I'm like, no, open the door. Why are you backing away? Where are you going? Huh?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
You were coming out of the door now. Just open the damn door. She did. And my husband was shook. Like, he was like, And I'm like, and then what is going on? What is she doing here? And he's like, no, she came to fetch the rest of the things that she needed. And I'm like, oh, she had things here. Like, yeah, there were things that I kept in the old wardrobe. Some stupid ass excuse. And also she was holding things for real. So part of me did believe this. Part of me was like, nah, I am smelling some BS. And it stinks. So, no. But also, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, are you good? She's like, no, I'm fine. No. I'm like, oh, you okay? She's like, oh, you look good. I'm like, thanks. Like J mini talk. And then she left. Guys, mosimna, me namos. Once I see something and something doesn't make sense, it never leaves this part of me. Like the brain. It never leaves my brain. And the more I think about it, the more my mind is going to be invested in it. It's going to work it out. It's going to try to solve it. If it's a problem, that's how my brain works. So I try to fight this thought, but nah, the maths is not mathsing. So again, this is the second incident. I decide to go to that apartment without telling him on a regular day. When I get there, this woman is there. This man is not there. And I opened the door because it wasn't even locked. I opened the door, I got in, and I'm like, no, my guys, this girl is living here. Like, there's a bird, guys. Go with bed. This girl is living here. There's her clothes. There's things for her son. She had a son, not with my husband, but from a previous relationship. And I'm like, hey, I didn't know you stay here. And she's like, no, I thought okay, obviously not me now, but I thought ubani. I'm like, no, I had no idea. So how long have you been staying here? And she's like, long. It's been almost 6 months now. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you guys back together? And he's like, yeah, we are. I'm like, really? So what is the deal this time? How are you guys gonna unfold this? Guys, that time my heart is sitting on my stomach. I have a huge ass lump on my throat. Like, I'm just confused about these kids are making noise. Like, they're making serious noise. So I'm just confused about what is this? What is this? So like, no, he promised to go to my family and make things right. I'm like, oh, so you guys are gonna get married, and I had no idea. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's great. Guys, that time I am drowning from being hurt. Like, I can't even feel anything else except my heart. That's the only, like, I can even feel its beat through my ears. The beat, how it's beat, like, And then I call this man. I'm like, I'm here in your apartment, and your girlfriend is here telling me she stays here full time, and she's like, no. I'm like, no. Don't explain it over the phone. Please come through. I'm waiting for you here. I'm not leaving. I'm waiting for you here. Come here. Alright, guys, he comes through. And I'm like, no, make it make sense. Explain to me, why is this woman here, staying here, and that you guys are getting married? Like, when am I going to get the memo for that? This man, guys, literally said, I did not say I'm going to marry her. She had a problem in her previous place she was staying in. I offered her an apartment. This woman is here. This woman like, no, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. Why you talking? Hey, like, she's mad. And like I said, she's very angry. Why you talking? And then this girl is just throwing insults at him. And guys, I'm not gonna say, yeah, wait, now don't insult my husband. No. Yo. No. I was, no, took a girl. Do whatever you feel like it, because at this point, I also don't know what I want to do with him. Guys, I'm hurt. I'm telling him, you know what? Very well then. It's either her or me. I'm going back home. I'm packing my shit. I'm going home. And then I left. Obviously, this man runs after me. Like, no, I promise you by tonight she'll be out of there. I promise, let's go and make sure she packs and everything. Fine. The girl packs. And we drop her off. It's somewhere. But also, you need to understand now, at this point, I no longer trust this man. I am like, it has changed everything for me, because I feel like 6 months is a long time for a person to hide something. Meaning, and I know Guti, this girl did not lie when she said we've been seeing each other and. So apparently this has been going on behind my back now. It's no longer like in my face, you know? And the girl is honest about everything she says. This man keeps lying and saying no. Whenever anything she says to me, he denies it, you know? But now I've already picked up that this man has a habit of lying. That's one thing that I picked up, and I felt like it's gonna be a huge problem for us. It's really gonna be a bad issue for us. From there, guys, okay, fine. I kind of rest knowing that, but also I kind of not rest because I feel like they still seeing each other behind my back, you know? And it's one thing having to argue with a man with multiple women. Because to a certain extent, you feel like, he's just, you know. But it's another having to argue with a man with one particular person. Because now you know, it's not a fling. There's emotions invested. There's feelings invested. There's connection in there. Do you understand? If you're going to argue about a one person in a relationship, best believe that man is feeling something for that. I don't care if he says to you, I don't feel nothing. Hey, I am telling you now, that man feels something for that person. It might not be as deep as maybe he feels for you, but he does love that person. You know, he does care about that person. So now I'm in a battle about, am I not enough? What am I not doing right? And I am going out of my way now to steal this man's phone because I don't trust him. And I feel like everything he told me, everything he's been feeding me is a blunt lie. So I want to catch him on his cheating. I'm going out of my way to catch him on his cheating. And I touch his phone. I see things. I see, no, this person is still seeing this girl. Still, you know. Guys, at this point, I am a black woman. Like, I am a mean person. I'm a mean bitch to him. I have no respect for him. I have lost respect for him. You know, I just wish he could do the right thing and just focus on us. But then maybe that wasn't the right thing for him. That's what is right thing for me. That's what I wanted. And maybe that's not what he wanted. So now I keep finding these things on his phone. He denies them. He acts stupid. Then again, I find out that this man moved this girl to one of his other apartments. The apartments the brother stays there. My husband has a brother as well. So the girlfriend now is staying same apartment as the brother. The apartments are owned by my husband as well. Right? Ciao. And I'm like, this brother is coming in and out of this house. Every Sunday, we share a Sunday lunch together, the three of us. And he knows Guti, he's keeping the girlfriend there. Guys, I am feeling betrayed. I am just like, no, you know what? This is a lot. This is a lot. Hey? This is a lot. I decided, you know what? Let me pack my things and go. I packed my things. I went home. Came back, obviously. Begged me, said he's sorry. The girl is gone. Don't. No more of all of that. He's done with her. He promises to, you know, be a good husband to me. You know? And I believe his BS once more. And I went back to my house, right? Now, obviously, you know, I don't trust him. Now, I want to be around him. If he's going out for business, I want to go with him. If it's weekend, he's going to auction. Because I did say he's in businesses. He has an auction and all that stuff. I want to be there. I want to go with him. I want to, you know, I just want to be there. I just want to make sure I prevent him from doing the wrong things. Which at that time, guys, I was young. And when I'm thinking about it now, there is no man on this planet will ever get that from me. Ever again. Okay? Because what was going on with me? Hey? So at this point, I'm like, you know? And then, guys, this particular Saturday, like right now, I'm trying to summarize events. This particular Saturday, my husband goes out saying he's going to auction, right? It's a rainy day. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So after he left, I took a taxi. And I told the taxi guy, follow that car. The taxi guy followed him. And then he stopped in this other shady place. And then he stopped. And then I told the driver, you need to also stop. Wait, let's wait. And then this girl comes out of some shady apartments. And when it's right inside my husband's car, I'm like, oh my God. This man woke up and decided that's where he wants to be. Like, that's where he wants to be. He wants to be with her while I stay at home. You know, I called him. He did not pick up my phone. I called her. Like I told you guys, I had her number, right? I called her. I'm like, hi, how are you doing? I'm like, can you please give that man a phone? I'm like, oh, okay. And then that man did not take your phone, guys, because galoko, that is evidence that you're with her. And then he stopped. He reversed. I can see because I'm sitting in the car and I'm watching. He reversed. He dropped her off. And then he called me back. I'm like, why are you dropping her off? Go wherever you guys were going. Ignore my calls. Do as you're doing. Just do that. You know? And at that time, I am hurting. I am sick. I am confused. I'm insecure. I am paranoid. I'm everything that you can think of in this world. Honestly. And he comes home. He's sorry. He's apologizing. He is, you know. And I'm like, I don't even know when you're really going to work or not. You could be waking up here and going wherever, you know. And that time, guys, I cry. Like when I talk to him, I'm crying because I'm hurting, right? I'm crying. I'm asking him, like, why don't you just break things off with me and you do you, you know? Because clearly you're not a content person. You're not happy. You're not content. And he'd be like, no, I'm content. I love you so much. You know? And I'm like, what is this then? What do you call this? Yo, guys, no. Even thinking about it at this time, like, it's fucking messing me up now. As much as I have moved on from it, I am still hurting because now as I'm talking, I have to go back and just think, you know, just think about the things. And I think I'm hurting more because because I remember how it felt, you know. I remember, and I always, when I tell people, I always like, that was the lowest point of my life. The lowest point of my life. I started stalking this girl. And when I say stalking, guys, I mean I was a sniper. You know,
Enemy spotted.
snipers, they lay lower on the grass, right? Yeah, I used to do that. I used to go and hide in some place so that they don't see me, because I want to catch him going in that girl's house, in that girl's place, you know. It got to that point. It got to a point whereby I was like, let me befriend her, right, so I can manage this side affair. Make sense? Right?
You serious?
I see messages on my husband's phone, and this girl is talking about me, that he, like, I can see what they are arguing, and then this girl will, like, go to your princess, go to your tontoni, you know. And this girl will be throwing insults as well to this man about the decision he made to actually go to my family. So also they were not having like a great relationship, but I was having the most. Like mine was the worst. It was the pits because I was in the dark. Do you understand? So at this point, I'm a stalker. I decided, you know what, let me just befriend this girl. Not really befriend, but to be on talking stage with her. I'm like, hi. Like, I would talk to her. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, where's this man? And so like, no, I haven't seen him today. No. Imagine, guys, that was my life. Now I have to ask the side chick for him, like, when he's not picking the calls. But best believe, I always knew if he's not picking the calls, he's there. And sometimes he picks the calls while he's there. Do you understand? And because I remember this particular incident, I called him and I could hear he's driving and he's like, no, I'm on my way to King. And I'm like, who are you with? And then he's like, no, I just gave some people a high key, you know, do you want to talk to them? You know, like he was mad, do you want to talk to them? I'm like, yeah, I want to talk to them. Give them the phone. I want to talk to them, you know? And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I'm like, sure. I think he thought I dropped the call or he thought he dropped the call. And then this girl, because I knew this girl's voice by now. This girl was like, how long are you going to make Nakho happy at my expense? And then he said, help me solve this problem. I don't know how to solve this problem, Umna. Please help me solve this problem because now at this point, like, you hear me problem? Me, I need to be solved. I'm the problem. He said that. Guys, I was like, wow. I dropped the call. I called him again. I told him, you don't have to worry about me being your problem again because I'm out of your house. Tell that girl, she doesn't have to worry because I am no longer going to be a problem. She doesn't have to help you solve the problem that I am. And I could tell good he was shocked. Guys, within 10 minutes, that man was outside. And I already called someone to pick me up, you know? He's outside. He's like, please don't go. But all in all, guys, we did this back and forth of me going home, me coming back, me going home. To an extent that when I'm threatening him about going home, he was no longer flickering. Do you get what I'm saying? He was no longer bothered. He was no longer, because he knew good, I'm going to come back anyways. Do you understand? So it got to that point. And then I remember there was a time I left and then he did not beg me to come back. In fact, he helped me to get home. He dropped me home, and when my grandmother was asking what's going on, I'm like, no, mama, nothing. We're going to be fine. We're going to fix our problems. And then he left. And then 2 days later, he's coming to my home. He's like, he wants to talk. When I'm going to his car, guys, actually, I think in everything that happened in our relationship or in our marriage, I think that one day or that incident was it for me. It was, you know, like, you can only take so much as a person, in all honesty. You can only take so much as a person, but also there's just a day for you to just be like, thank you, I've had enough, you know? So he came to my home and said he wanted to talk. Let's go to his car. When I'm getting closer to his car, someone is in the front seat. And I can see it's a girl with long hair, right? Like with sort of like braids, right? And she's sitting in the front seat. And I'm like, who's this? When I'm looking, it's the girlfriend. I'm like, how disrespectful can one be? You coming to my home, you bringing a girlfriend. How disrespectful can one be? And guys, I kept quiet. You know, I kept quiet. Like, I didn't even say anything. I opened the door at the back and I sat there. Because at that point, I thought maybe he came here to tell me what he is done with me. He doesn't want anything to do with me, but he wants also her to witness that. You know, like, that's how I felt. So he drove to our house and we got there and he's like, can you guys please sit down? And we sat down and he's like, Nakho, I have decided to take her as my second wife. And you know, like, he just told me the dynamics of how things are gonna be. He's gonna take my allowance, divide it in half. Oh yes, I was getting an allowance a month, by the way. I was getting an allowance per month, you know, all of that. I'm gonna take your allowance and divide it into two half. I'm gonna give it to her and half is gonna be yours. Like, I kept quiet. I listened to this, and I could tell, good to shame, they had a pillow talk here, and okay, this is what they came and concluded on. And then the last line he said was, if anyone is not happy with this, there's the door. You know, you threatening me while you're abusing me emotionally, while you're hurting me, while you're taking me for granted, while you're disrespecting me. That's how it seemed to me when he said that. And at that point, I'm like, I am taking the dough, but also I want him to know what I think. I was like, no, I'll take the dough because this is some BS and I'm not about it. And another thing I need you guys to understand, you are not allowed to take a second wife without my approval. That's what I told him. You're not allowed to take a second wife without approval. You want a second wife, very well, you're going to have to wait for me to die, or you're going to have to do some formal thing that says me and you are no longer together. And that's it. Other than that, this ain't going nowhere. Okay? Ain't going nowhere. You guys can go on and be on sneaky link on the low like you guys are doing, but without my approval, there is none. And one thing my husband knows about me is that me, here, Lana, Ngihleli, you know, he knows. So he's like, and I'm like, if you want a second wife, you better be affording a second wife. And he afforded the second wife, guys. But I also do not understand the fact that why now must my privileges be taken away because he decided to take a second wife. I'm like, Hima, wait a damn minute. How? You know? And he's like, okay, fine, I understand. And I'm like, by the way, since you said if someone is not happy with that, there's the door. I am about to take the door. Can you please take me back home? And he took me back home, and I stayed at home, guys. And I think a week later or 2 weeks later, oh, by the way, the girl was now going to my house, right? The girl was now, you know, guys, he up and down, like it's just basically, if I can say that, you know, Jay, some stupid thing. And I had an old lady who was cleaning for us, right? So the old lady was still going to clean on her days. So the old lady calls me and tells me, by the way, madam, since you were not there, the girlfriend came there, and there was another girl. And the other girl, which is not known to me, right, stabbed the girlfriend. Hey! Gasho got. It's my ancestors now, huh? Those people work full-time job for me. My helper is telling me the girlfriend got stabbed by the new girlfriend. I didn't know the other girlfriend got stabbed. Don't. And I'm like, what? Like, yeah. But also, I didn't question that. I kept quiet because now I took it as we done, me and him. And then I remember I was at school, and then he sent me a message like, please, after school, can you please pass through the house? I want to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I went to the house. When I got to the house, the girlfriend is there. Guys, she is cleaning. When's that doing, so like, yeah, no, she's cleaning. My house is spotless clean. I know my helper cleans, but no, that girl everything was spotless clean. Like, it was spotless clean. She is cleaning. And she was shocked to see me. And she's like, I'm like, Dangena, because she's not going to tell me what's what. This is my house at the end of the day. And she's like, oh, you are here for him? I'm like, yeah, he told me to come. You're like, oh, did he? I kind of guessed that she had no idea. And then the man gets there. The man is shocked that she's still there. Apparently, Ugelo slept there overnight. Did not go home, decided to wake up and be the wife of the house, right? So guy was trying to talk to me without her, right? And now guys is there, guys, and he's telling me that no, I want you to find out if you need anything. Don't. I just needed to make sure you're okay. Girl is looking at him like, why do you care? Like, why do you care? You know? That time, guys, I am like, wow, is this how my life is now? Like, ndi will to this point, huh? Is this where I'm at as a human being, as a wife? I care. I'm like, no, guys, I'm fine. Can you please take me home? If this is what you call me here for, I'm good. Take me home. Then he drove me to my grandmother's house. So I was there. A week later, he's calling me. He's sorry. He's broken up with her. He doesn't know what got into him. Like he acted like, guys, this entire time it was not him. This entire time it was just some spirit, that consumed his body. And I'm thinking, wow. And when I say that is one thing that we cannot go back to, like one thing that I could not get over, it has to be that. The fact that I had to stay out of my house because this man did that. And when I was not in my house, he brought a girlfriend in it. They stayed like husband and wife. Like I couldn't get over that. And as much as we talked and then we tried to fix things, I couldn't get over that. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I couldn't get over that, guys, at all. I would just, even if it's right and I could see that he's trying, I'll be like, nah. Nah. Nah, man. Like, no. So, and I asked him, what happened to your girlfriend? Like, you were getting a girlfriend you were getting married, for God's sake. Like, what happened? Like, no, I've decided that I don't want that. I don't know what got into me. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I made it very clear to you that I don't want a second wife. And I'm like, look, I don't know what you want anymore. Like, you are one inconsistent person that I've ever met in my life. You really don't know what you want. You're all over the place. And I honestly don't know what you want. And when I say that changed things for me, guys, that changed things for me completely. It changed things for me completely. And then so good, okay, fine. He's behaving like a husband. The girl is not there. Like, he's always home. And I knew this man doesn't like staying at home. Why is he always home? Where is the girlfriend? I called the girlfriend like, hi, how are you doing? Like, no, I'm fine. I'm not at work. I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. I'm like, oh, okay, where are you staying now? And then she tells me, I'm like, okay, I'll come and see you. Shoot me. Because you're going to be like, why did you even do that? Why did you? Guys, I don't know. I felt like we were both his victims, I couldn't get mad at her even as much as I tried. Even to this day, I can't get mad at her. I don't hate her. Like, we still see each other and hi, unjani. Like, honestly, because I feel like we were both his victims, I went to her. When I got there, guys, this girl is looking like hell. She is sick for days, She is sicky. She has lost weight. And I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, what is he saying? Why isn't he taking you to the doctor? Why, And they're like, no, we're broken up. And I'm like, okay, cool. But why isn't he helping you? Because when I got to that girl's place, guys, this girl is living in a one bedroom. One bedroom, meaning everything is here. The bed, the kitchen, everything is here. It's not a good situation that I'm looking at. And she doesn't have anything warm to wear. She looks cold. She is skinny. Like, I could see good. She and she was telling me she lost a job. There's nothing to eat on the cupboards. And I felt bad. I felt sad that you are seeing, you are dating a man that is capable, a man with money, and this is your living conditions. Oh, I'm like, let's go to town. We went to the mall. I got warm clothes. I got groceries. you know, just to make sure she can pull through till the month. And I'm thinking, this man was up and down with you the time you were fine and everything. Now this man, he decided to take the L when you're sick. I'm telling you about men and how cruel they are. I felt bad for her. I don't want to lie. I felt sorry for her. Hey guys, I decided about and also I went back home. I asked him about it. He's so chill, like, hey, I'm not there. What are you doing there? Why are you there, Wena? We're trying to move on with our life. Why can't you move on? I'm like, no, it's not that I can't move on, you know? But I'm just shook that you are capable of that. Like, the girl is sick. They got the numb, guys. What was I thinking? I expected this man to, okay, whatever. But that's what happened, you know? At this point, I'm just telling you guys what happened, you know? So, yeah, I went back home, and also I am finding out now that this man is busy with someone else. This man is busy with other people. And I'm like, child, I'm tired. I am tired. 4 years of my life, I have been doing this hide and seek with this man. I have been trying to make this man a husband when he didn't want to be a husband. I've been trying to make this man, you know, what he's not. I've been trying to make this man see my worth. Like, it got to that point. It got to that point, guys. It got to that point. And I remember it was the 31st of December and 2018. And obviously Silinde is Tonga, like the new year. And for some reason, when it was like 12 midnight, I just decided to pray. And I was not praying for anything else except for God to take me out of that situation. I was praying for God to take me out of that situation. I was praying to God to, you know, to help me gather strength to walk away and not look back. To walk away and go and be my own person, to go and find myself. I don't know anything else except this man. Because I was with this man from 18. Like, I have suffocated myself with a relationship that was not healthy. I have suffocated myself with a man that was not ready to be a husband. I have suffocated myself with the idea that I really need to make this work. I don't want to lose my marriage. I don't want to lose this man. I love this man. I love my marriage. I want us to be married. You know, I suffocated myself with an idea that we could have a good marriage if you can just come to the party. You know, and I forgot to understand Uguti, or I forgot to think Uguti. It takes two to tango. You cannot work on a relationship alone. And you can only do so much. You can only tell a person so much. You can only try so much, you know? So I was praying to God for strength to just walk away and not look back. Honestly. And I think it was February. Yeah, it was February. Suddenly, I made a prayer, whatever. I think it was February. At this point in my house, cold. Because, guys, you know what happens when you love a person and you just decided to give up on them. I was no longer calling this man. I was no longer checking up on this man, asking how is his day, where is he, how is he doing when he's coming home. I was no longer caring what is he doing, who is he doing with. I was no longer caring if they still sing each other behind my back or not. I was like, I didn't care. I really didn't care. I was literally focusing on me now. And now he's picking it up. I'm a stranger to him at this point. He's not used to this person who's not questioning, who's not fighting about things, who's just letting things be, you know? And I remember, and I decided, like, I don't even want to be here anymore. I hated my house, by the way. If there's one thing, I hated my house, guys. I hated my house with everything. I still do. I still hate that house with passion, because I feel like he didn't respect that house. You know? With all the infidelity that was happening, with everything that was happening, things he was doing on the side, he could have taken his girlfriends elsewhere. It's the fact that he was bringing those girlfriends in my house when I was not in my house. I hated my house. And more than him suffocating me, I felt like the house was suffocating me more. Do you get it? So for some reason, I just woke up one day. I went on Property 24. I looked for a place. And I got a place. I sat him down, because I'm an adult. Sat him down, told him, I'm moving out. You know, I'm going. I'm done. I no longer want this. I told him. I was very transparent with him. I no longer want this. I am done. I want to move on with my life. I want to see where life can take me. You know, as Nakho alone and end. And because mostly when umtu has taken you for granted for so long, they don't stop, right? And he knows that habit of me going. He knows this cycle. He knows this pattern, you know? So he's thinking it's one of those cycles whereby my emotions are overwhelming me. I'm going to go home, but I'm going to come back. So he's like, no, it's fine. You can do what you want. You know? He's not carrying Mosengoku because he doesn't see value in me, or he does not respect me anymore, or let alone love me, I feel. I was like, okay, then thank you. I left. I went to I got a house. I had savings. I had money. I had friends, like people who decided to help. You know, they got me, like, I bought. By the way, I left my house with just a suitcase full of my clothes. That's it. Anything else that I bought in that house, I left it there because I didn't want. Sometimes, guys, a fresh start is important. Start from scratch. It's important. It's scary. Change is scary. It's overwhelming. It's scary. I was flipping scared. But a huge part of me said, you're going to wing it. You are going to wing it. I don't know how, but you will wing it. And I did. Got my own place. And I think that's when he realized there's no going back. Because I think he thought I was going home. So when people told him, but no, she's not home. She got her own place. That's when he started panicking. He started calling me. He started going to therapists. I'm being called by a therapist, a psychologist. We went to therapy, and he's saying, he's sorry. Can I please come home? And I'm like, no. He went to my family. He decided to lobola, and because mostly, lobola, he decided to pay the rest of the cows and I told him it will take a lot from me. I cannot go back to that same house. I cannot stay with you anymore. I chose me. I chose my sanity. And I started working on myself. I focused on my makeup business. I started doing well in my makeup business, like Nji. And I was at peace. I don't know what is going on in his life. I don't want to know what's going on in his life at this point. Like, I don't know whether they still seeing each other or not. That's how much I am not interested in a toxic cycle. So yeah, guys. But yeah, we live in different places. I have my own place. He has his own place. He still calls. He's still trying to be a good husband. It's been 2 years now, if not 3. 2019, 2021. Yeah, it's been 3 years now, and I've been on my own, like having a peace of mind. I have been happy ever since. you know, I've been focusing on me and my life and just trying to make the best of my life, because I felt like, look, I'm too young to be stressed by a 40-year-old man that has lived his life and still acting like a boy and doesn't even know what he wants with his life. Like, he just doesn't even know what he wants. I was like, no, mark me absent with that boy ass. Okay? So yeah, guys, that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I chose me, guys. I chose me. I decided to choose me and just be by myself and enjoy my life and embrace the woman I'm becoming and love her. You know, love her. And I feel like I love myself so much now, that to the extent that I don't take BS from any man. Like any man. And not even him. He knows that no, I am not the one. I don't. In fact, I don't even entertain BS anymore. So I took my power back and I couldn't be happier. So yes, guys, that is it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, leave your comments down below. Yeah, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Also, I don't think it will be by God's grace if I post this week, because I'm moving from the apartment I am staying in, because that apartment also, I got it when I was desperate. I was running away from my house, you know. That apartment carries a heavy side of me, and I feel like I need a new change, a place that embraces this person that I am now, the you know, the healed side of me, the healed me, the peaceful me, the happy me. So yeah. So I am moving this week, so I'll be seeing you guys maybe not when, but I'll go on my next apartment. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye.